Welcome back, you guys. I'm Connor O'Reilly with Team OTB Discs, and today we're here to show you guys who truly is the best, only the best, of the 11-speed drivers. We got 13 11-speed drivers in our hand today. Some are different plastics, the same mold, but these are some of the most popular 11 speeds on the market, and we're going to pit them against each other in a King of the Hill style video to see which one is the farthest flying 11 speed. 11 speed is the slowest of the distance driver category, so a very comfortable rim width for a lot of players with smaller hands, or maybe you just don't like the huge feel of a 13 speed, 12 speed. The 11 speed could be for you. If you want to see individual reviews of each of these discs, head over to OTB Discs YouTube channel to see how each of them flies at 50, 60, and max speed, 50 miles per hour, 60 miles per hour that is, of course. You know, we ain't talking kilometers over here. We're using the silly system. All right, let's talk about who the discs in the lineup are and let you guys choose in the comments which one you think is going to come out on top. We're going to throw round one, all of the discs, eliminate the 4 shortest. Round 2, we'll eliminate 3 more. Then we'll eliminate 2 in the following 2 rounds until we're pitted with our final and 5th round, where we'll have 2 drivers going against each other. We do have a headwind set up right now, sometimes a little more than not, but usually somewhere in that 10 to 15 miles per hour range today. We've got a Star Mamba. We've got the MVP Orbital. We've got the Clash Vanilla. We've got the Page Pierce Drive from Discraft. We've got 3 different wraiths, Halo Star, and then 2 of this run of OTB, kind of a swirled star with the Halloween Grim Reaper stamp on it. We got 2 waves with 2 different stamps on them, both in the glow plastic. We've got a Zenith, a Trace, a Photon, and a Defy. Let me know which 11 speeds did we leave out that maybe we need to do a review on in the future. And also let us know in the comments which one do you think is going to win. Some of these discs are going to be more prone to being a roller flight than others, but if they do turn into a roller, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate them off the list. We're only going to count the air shots in this challenge. Starting with the Star Mamba, this thing's going to need a heap of hyzer to get it to fly how we want. We're eliminating the 4 shortest, so round 1, fight. Okay, it's not going to be a roller. That one's going to count. Wow. The Mamba actually not being a terrible bar setter right there. Now we're going with the Vanilla. Steady plastic. Uh-oh. A little bit of slip on the release there. Let's see if the Vanilla can stay off the chopping block. Hanging out by the Mamba, maybe a little bit short. Definitely got the nose up there. Orbital up next. I'm going to change my plant spot. I'm kind of wearing that spot down a little bit. Oh no! Orbital, first off the block, turn into a roller. Bye-bye Orbital. Sorry if you voted for the Orbital. If so, you probably didn't watch my Vlogmas because you know that thing was going to be a roller. All right, we're going with one of the OTB stamp wraiths here. Oh my God. Well, that's just the luck of the draw for that wraith right there. But luckily for you wraith choosers, you got 3 to go, and I should move the leaves out of my spot because pretty bad slip right there. All right, we'll go with its counterpart on this one. Wow, and that one is just way more stable than the other wraiths. And so I put no turn on it. Those both are on the chopping block big time. This one's to prove that we don't hate the wraith. Fixed up my T area a little bit, so hopefully it's better now. This one's the Halo Star to keep the wraith fans alive. All right, kind of got eaten up in the headwind, but there's a chance that one survives. Definitely not directly on the chopping block like the first two. Now we got the drive. Pretty similar stability to that Wraith. Oh, hit the soccer goal, you know? That's just part of the course right now. Unfortunate for you drive fans. But luckily there's been a couple trash throws, so it might have a chance. Now we're going with the less stable of the two waves we have. Nice turn. Panning back. Lands flat, even on a little bit of left edge. That was a good one. Definitely not going to be getting chopped off here. This wave's a little more stable, so try to hit this one flatter. See if it can beat its twin brother. Ooh, a little too low, but it was definitely flying out nicely. I'll see you guys. I think the Trace might be my sleeper pick to win it all here. It's got a good stability. Yeah, I can get the Trace to hold, but then it has a little gentle finish on it, making it a trustworthy releaser with good speed. It's a good combo for this King of the Hill. King of the Mountain? Can it be King of the Hill? Zenith here. This one's for you, JC. Should we do the full JC run up? Follow through and everything? No. We gotta give this thing good stats. We gave the James grunt, and it was a little too much for the disc. I think it slid past those ones that hit the soccer goal, but that was a scary one for the Zenith. Is anyone else able to count the number of times they've thrown a disc based off their thumbprints on the rim? Right there you can see I've thrown this disc twice hard, and now we're gonna have a third thumbprint. It is a Photon, by the way. Can definitely handle the headwind, so we're gonna pop it over on a little turn. Oh yeah, Photon definitely handles the wind. Got a little high there, so it's gonna lose some speed at the end, but I don't think that one's on the chopping block. Okay, final, most overstable of these 11 speeds is gonna be the Defy. I'm really gonna pop this thing on some turn. Yeah, the Defy doesn't have much turn to it, and therefore I don't think it's going to be the winner of this category. It's consistent enough. I think it's going to make it into round 2, maybe round 3, but that's where I think it'll be tough to beat some of those longer, straighter discs. All right, that's it for round 1. We're going to laser them all, come back to you guys, report who's off the block first. All right, you guys, round 1 in the books, and we're going from shortest to longest. Call out the distances, let you guys know who's eliminated. First off, Mamba was a thrower, so automatically lost out because of that. Sorry, Mamba fans. Next off the list, had a nice slip with this blue Wraith, is what I'm calling it. I don't know, what would you guys call this disc if it was in your bag? Obviously it's green and blue, has a little bit of pink in it. It's a lot less green than the other one though, so it's kind of confusing to call this one green. Let me know in the comments, what would you call this? Either way, we're calling it out because it only flew 329 on that slip. Next eliminated is going to be the OTB edition from 2022 Wave. This one hit the soccer goal, definitely had some more distance on it, probably wouldn't have got eliminated, but sometimes you hit a tree and you threw a good shot, and it sucks, and that's disc golf. This one only went with that soccer goal blocking it 337 feet. We do have some headwind coming at us right now, so I feel like with a disc like an 11 speed, probably have another 80-90 feet if the wind is a different direction or more. Next off the chopping block is going to be the Orbital, only flew 340, and that's going to be it for the discs eliminated in round 1. Starting us off, slipping in the Drive at 348. Next we have the Zenith, 359. Halo Wraith, 374. The Defy, 378. The green Wraith, 381. Photon flew 393. The Tour of Terror Wave, 400 feet. The Vanilla, bringing the heat. A little bit of spice, 401. Coming in second place. And I said the sneaky pick for the win, in my mind, is this Trace. It flew 404, leading the way for that first round. Now we're going to throw them from the shortest to the longest. Eliminate 3 more discs here in round 2. That'll leave us with 6 discs left as we head to round 3. Wind's pretty still right now. Let's take advantage of it, see if we can get some longer flights here for round 2. Starting with the drive, first on the chopping block. But it's a new round, it's a new day. New opportunity. We got some tailwind. This is the wind you want on your 11 speed, so we're about to see 100 feet of increase from the last round. All right, there's that drive. Nice flight in the tailwind. Stabled up at the end. Not a bad bar set, probably in the 400 range. Now we're going zenith. There's a solid flight. Yeah, a lot easier wind having it off the back than trying to throw a bunch of 11 speeds that you've never thrown into a headwind. Halo Star Wraith. This one's a bomber. It should be a great wind for it. A little bit of slippage there. Not the best footing here. There's some leaves on the ground. Still though, even with the nose up, no slouch there. The Defy. This is the most overstable of these discs. So it's going to take quite a bit of turn to have it hold in this tailwind. Pretty solid turn, but there's the fight. All right, that one definitely feels like it's at risk. Green Wraith now, OTB stamp. Uh-oh. Turned it, but it did find its way back to flat. Uncertain. It's the first one that's off to the right, so it's hard to gauge exactly how far it is compared to the rest. Now on to the Photon. Wind's kind of shifting back at our head again. Does not bode well for these next couple discs. And that's life sometimes. Sometimes you play the hole in the 20-mile-per-hour headwind. The next card plays it in nothing. And you got to roll with the punches. Play the game. Do your best. That one was decent. Didn't quite get it to hold. Now we got the Tour of Terror Wave. Okay, that's got a nice turn for a wave, but it doesn't just flip over on you. Coming back now. Couldn't tell if it landed in that soccer goal or not, but either way, pretty full flight. All right, second place in round 1 was the Vanilla. Let's see how I can do now. Vanilla's in trouble. All you chocolate fans are probably happy back there. All right, I'm gonna throw the Trace for the final. It led in round 1. Let's see if it can continue. And now we have the headwind back. That's kind of rude. This first disc had a huge advantage, but the Trace can handle it. Kept it low to deal with the headwind. Don't hit the goal. Oh, just beat the soccer goal. I think our Trace pick is still alive. That was scary. Whew, beat the tree. You might notice the lighting's a little bit different. We might have had the phone die. But we're back. You know, trooping it out. And the results for round 2 are in. First on the chopping block is gonna be the Vanilla. Need a little more chocolate, a little more strawberry, something different. and what it had to offer. So vanilla, only one under 400 feet there, 374. Next to go, gonna be that green Wraith. Went 405 there, not too bad, but didn't quite get it done. Third out is gonna be that Defy, just a little bit too overstable. I feel like I said, it's gonna be a consistent flyer, but not necessarily the longest disc in your bag. All right, first in is gonna be that Photon, 416 feet. Not too shabby. I think it took advantage of the good wind there, though. We had kind of a shifting wind during that round. We had headwind on part of it, tailwind on part of it. Trace had to go into the headwind, so I'm going to say it was limited a little bit there. 426 on that flight. But she lives to fight another day. And then next, we're going to have the Tour of Terror Wave, 433 feet. The drive made a huge improvement, something like 80 feet from the first one to that round. That time it flew 433. Halo Wraith took advantage of that temporary tailwind and was able to go 435 there. And the Zenith going with our numerical alliteration, 444, climbed to the top on that round and is going to be your leader going into round 3. Go time for round 3, starting off with the Photon. Wind is a little bit less than it was earlier, but still feels like it's a slight headwind. Ooh, flat on that. Didn't quite get it to turn. Photon gonna be on the chopping block after that, not gonna lie to y'all. All right, next up's the Trace. Trace was my pick. Let's see if we can get it to go right. If it can come out of that, oh yeah. Man, that Trace is flying money. Not saying it's home cooking, I just, it's the right disc. I think for this type of competition, I'm not trying to throw better than the rest. I'm trying to throw them all equally well. Now it's time for the Wave. Nice little hyzer flip the drift on that thing. Ooh, that's gonna compete with our Trace. What do y'all think? Was the Trace or the Wave further there? If you get it right, let me know. Drive up next. The wind being down is honestly a blessing in disguise right now. For these last couple rounds, you guys get to see the real true flight of the discs. Ooh, the drive might be the long ball right now. Those last 3 are connecting, y'all. Looking at upper 4s probably on that flight. If you want to know exactly what the wind's doing, even when it's low, like a situation that we have right now, you're going to bust out that loop bag, see that it is still that slight head cross that we had earlier. And now my grip's right. This race shot guaranteed to be a bomb. Those Halo Wraiths are really some bombers, you guys. Another beautiful flight. We got a competition on our hands. These 11 speeds that made it to round 3 are no slouches, including the Zenith who led the last round. Let's see if it can keep pushing the envelope. Gonna need a little more flex on this one. Ooh, I turned that thing. It's fighting now, but that was kind of a bit of a line drive. Ooh, tough call for the Zenith there. All right, 2 more discs are going to be eliminated here in round 3. Let's see who they'll be. Round 3 in the books, that means 2 are going to leave us, leaving 4 for round 4. And 2 for the championship. First off the block, the only one under 400 feet. Photon, sorry. Didn't get a good flex line on that, so I didn't really give it a chance. Next out is going to be the Zenith from the top of the last round. Didn't quite get it done. 410 feet there. I put it a little bit too low. Didn't really give it a chance to fight out. Otherwise, I think it would have had a little bit better of a chance to be in there. With the next disc, the Wave, 436, 3 feet longer than the last round. Just enough to keep it in as the first one in for round 4. Next up is going to be that Drive. Pretty nice line on this one. It was a tight race with these last couple. 449 for the Drive. And then we had 451 for the Trace. Just beat it by about a disc and a half. So pretty solid shot from the Trace. Leading that round, 466 for the Halo Wraith. Definitely going to be a hard disc to beat. It's got a great shape for this type of competition. But if that headwind picks up at all, it'll make it a little bit tricky. All right, 4 remain, on to round 4. The semifinals. Starting off round 4 with that Wave. Gotta get these discs out the runway, y'all. Ooh, a little too much turn on that one, but it did flatten out. Probably gonna be like 430 or something. All right, Drive up next. See if we can hit a better angle. Okay, a little better flight there. Didn't quite hold the turn all the way, but good shape overall. All right, now I got my pick, the Trace. You know we're trying hard on this one. Mashing buttons, if you will. Oh, I'm just hitting that thing so right every time, too. I'm sorry to you guys who are not on my team with the Trace. The Wraith, though, has, I feel like, a better chance since it has a dome versus the Trace not having a dome. So if I can throw it correctly, the Wraith's going to be a pretty tough competitor. Oh yeah, that's going to be that late turn. Ooh, I don't know though. I thought it was going to stay up longer in the air, but it kind of got over there. That was a beautiful late flip. And I might have to toy around with these races a little more. The final countdown. All right, we're on to the finals, you guys. First out, the Wave. Sorry, babe, drop your phone. R.I.P. No, do not undo typing. Sorry. Wave. Only flew 414 there. Didn't quite give it enough height to fight out of the turn. So, Wave is out. Sorry, y'all. Next out is going to be the Drive. 426. Just didn't get it done hanging with the big dogs. Sorry, PP. All right, in the finals, we're going to have the Wraith, who flew 432 right there, versus the Trace's 450, only 1 foot less than the last round. So the Trace is dialed. It's going to take a perfect shot for the Wraith to beat it. All right, who do you guys think is going to win? Did you guys pick the Wraith or the Trace to get in there? I'm not saying I was trying harder than the Trace, but I wasn't not. Got to make sure the grip is right. Then we got one last wind read. The final stage has been set. This is Wraith for all the dome believers. Ooh, that's a good flight on the Wraith, y'all. Kind of scared for my pick after that one. That's to let you guys know, we're not rigging this, all right? This is a straight up battle. Sarah Hokum, Team MVP Signature Series, Cosmic Neutron Plastic Trace. Ooh, there's another good ball. We got a real test of the Titans on that. I'm really glad I got 2 full flights. Megan thinks the Trace went further. I kind of feel like the same, but at the same time, that Wraith was so good. And the Wraith has the longest flight so far out of everyone, out of all the conglomerate rounds, so let's find out. Y'all come with us. You guys, what a battle there for the final round. Both of them I feel like flew about as good as they could into the hint of headwind. Wraith though got knocked out. 465 for the Wraith, 467. About a foot and a half, 2 feet longer. It kept kind of flipping back and forth. I had to kind of remeasure each one a couple times just to make sure. But the Trace coming out on top. Megan called it early on. She's like telling me I need to bag this disc. And honestly, after that, I'm thinking about it. I really am. Trace might be making the bag. We'll see. You guys will find out next week when you watch the practice round video if it's still in the bag or if it was just a flash in a pan. Thank you guys for watching this King of the Hill style video to see who was the best of the best 11-speed discs. Like I said earlier, go check out all 13 of the 11-speed reviews I did on the OTB Discs website to check out some different flights, see which of these 11 speeds might be fit for your game. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.